Hello, YouTube! Hi. First of all, a very happy new year, everyone. I hope you have an amazing 2024. And next is a thank you for 100 subs on YouTube. You guys are very amazing.
Okay.
So in today's video, we are going to discuss about the differences between a C0 and a C2 Raiden Shogun, some builds, and finally whether you should go for C2 Raiden or not. Also, a huge shout out to my friend Kaneki for letting me borrow his C2 Raiden Shogun, because without him this video would not be possible. But before we start, here are the disclaimers. This video is meant for entertainment purposes only. All clips shown in the video are performed to the best of my abilities and can vary from person to person, and thus are not representative of the actual potential of these two constellations. I personally don't recommend spending money for getting more constellation on certain characters, so be wise with your financial decision, everyone. And finally, take everything with a giant cube of salt. First, let's have a look at Raiden Shogun's constellations. C1. In short, it kinda allows her to gain resolve stacks much quickly. Normally, it's 20% faster with normal elemental burst, but when the team member is Electro, it becomes 80% faster. C2 enables her burst to ignore 60% defense on the enemy or targets, arguably considered one of the better C2 in the game, but we'll find out later. Now here are the rules for testing Raiden Shogun. I'm going to be putting Raiden Shogun solo, with duo, and then finally in a team against Perpetual Mechanical Array, and we will be plotting a graph, more like an Excel spreadsheet, to see the damage difference between C0 and C2 Raiden Shogun. So yeah, let's begin.
You shall perish! Remove all obstacles. Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered. I'm going in. Now you shall perish. Ha ha. Ha. There is no escape. Shine down. I'm going in. Torn to oblivion. There is no escape. Let's light it up. Illusion shattered.
Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strike.
Everybody stand back. Inazuma shines eternal. There is no escape.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Torn to oblivion. Shine down. Let's right now.
Alright, so before we start comparing both the Raiden Shoguns, I would like to first say that I tried my best to get the C0 Raiden and C2 Raiden as close as possible in terms of stat. Kaneki's Raiden had a little bit more attack as compared to my Raiden having about 10% more energy recharge, but there is only so much you can do with the RNG in the game. Alright, with that being said, here's the table of the difference and the percentage increase between my testing. As you can see, in solo testing, C2 Raiden Shogun does 28% more damage as compared to C0 Raiden overall through the burst and charge attacks. In a duel with Bennett, C2 Raiden does 36% more damage as compared to C0 Raiden. And in a full team scenario with Xiangling Bennett providing Pyro Resonance, Kazuha with 920 EM did about 43% more damage on the C2 as compared to C0. Well, as you can see here, the pattern, the damage keeps on increasing more the more we add members. In Solo Raiden, the damage increase was only 28% as compared to 43% in a full team scenario. Now, a full team is generally what you will be using, so this is where we tackle the C2, saying ignored 60% defense, which in reality does not equals to 60% more damage, guys. It's about a 40% increase in damage in a full team scenario, so keep that in mind, everyone. Also, before anyone asks why I did not use a C6 Kujosara for the testing, it's because I don't have a C6 Kujosara. Kaneki did have a C6 Kujosara, so it would not be generalized to use C6 Kujosara in the testing. So even after all of that, if you're still confused whether to go for C2 Raiden Shogun from your C0 or whether you want to go for a completely brand new C0 Raiden, let me help you out a little bit more. A C0 Raiden can be played in two different ways. One, which you saw so far in the video, and the second one is actually a Hyper Bloom Raiden Shogun, which requires no investment onto the skills, nothing except EM. All you gotta do is stack EM on your Raiden Shogun, and your Raiden Shogun is golden. Here's a clip of my Raiden Shogun clearing floor 12-1 in the 90-second recommended time. Enjoy, everyone. My Raiden Shogun over here was using R5 Dragon's Bane, 2-piece 80 Elemental Mastery sets. Generally, I did not have a 4-piece. Well, technically a 4-piece Flower of Paradise Lost would end up doing more damage, but you can always use 2-piece. Xingqiu was using R5 Sack Sword with 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate. My Dendro MC was using 4-piece Deepwood with an R5 Sacrificial Sword. Yaoya was actually just a healer build. She was running a Favonius Lance with Rainbow sets, focused on HP and energy recharge. Yeah, that's about it. And this team did about 33,000, close to 34,000 Hyper Bloom ticks, which is really great. And finally, what is the verdict on C2 Raiden Shogun? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's up to you guys. At C0, she is a great support, a great sub DPS, and also a great Hyper Bloom enabler. At C2, she becomes the main DPS of your team. She does a lot of damage at C2, not gonna lie. But at last but not least, I don't recommend spending money. Only go for Constellation on characters if you have the disposable income. And with that being said, finally, let's move on to a C2 showcase on Kaneki's account. He also happens to have Engulfing Lightning, which I did not use throughout the showcase because, yeah, I did not have Engulfing Lightning. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little showcase of Kaneki's C2 Raiden Shogun. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed your New Year's with your loved ones, and please take care of yourself, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.